Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Crucible Theatre in Sheffield. The second round of the 2018 Betfred World Snooker Championships are well underway. Judd Trump had a mighty scare last night, taking on Chris Wakelin. Went all the way, but managed to scrape through 10-9. He's safely through to the second round. But this morning, it's all about the return of the Rocket Ronnie O'Sullivan, taking on Ali Carter in a mouth-watering tie. Now, Carter has a very poor record against Ronnie. He's been beaten every time they've met, but he says he's fired up for this one.
I've been through a lot in my life, and I've been ill, and I've, been staring death in the face, and to still be here and now competing against one of the best players of all time in the last 16 of the World Championships, don't get much better, does it? He's red hot favourite. I've not got a good record against him, so he should steamroller me. But, I'm going to turn up and see if I can put a few balls. It's the Ronnie O'Sullivan show, isn't it, really? I turn up for my match and everyone else's dressing room, but he's still in the dressing room after he's won. So I've gone in the office and said, what's going on? Where's my dressing room? Oh, Ronnie's still doing interviews. Well, sorry, but he's had his match. I've got a match now, but, it's everyone's sort of like, oh, no, don't want to upset Ronnie and don't want to do this and don't want to do that. When, we're all equal, we're all snooker players, we're all in the top 16. He's had his match, it's my turn to play a match. We all want to win. We all want to be world champion. That's why we're here. I'm determined to try and enjoy the match against Ronnie. We know what he is. We know how good he is. But, I can play as well. So bring it on. Come on then, let's have it.
Now, having covered Six Nations matches and boxing for the BBC, I don't know whether I'm looking forward to a Six Nations encounter today. That's the sort of language you use in rugby union. A very good morning to Alan McManus. This is just incredible stuff from Carter. He's really pumped up.
Yeah, he's no shrinking violet, Ali Carter, is he? And, he's got a bee in his bonnet this morning about the dressing room situation. But I like that, I like his way, Ali Carter. He doesn't take a backward step for no one.
Yeah, this is really interesting as well when you look at the record he's got. He's got such a poor record. You wonder whether that plays on the mind when you're coming out of such a special venue?
Do you know, I don't think it does, not with Ali Carter. As he said, he's been through so much in his life and he's come through the other end. He's not interested in past results. He's interested in the now and how he's going to take care of it. He's not here to take part in the Ronnie O'Sullivan Roadshow. He's here to take care of business, plain and simple. And I think he can compete in this match. It's going to be tough, but he can.
And Ali will probably be hoping for another slow Ronnie start because he was very ordinary in that first session against Stephen Maguire, wasn't he?
Very much so. It was as bad as Ronnie's played in probably a few years. But Ali Carter has to take care of his own business this morning. As I say, I think he's going to really try and put it to Sullivan. He's a pugnacious character. He's forthright in his opinions, and we like that because a lot of people just mind their P's and Q's, but not Ali. And there you see Ronnie just walking past him.
Not even a glance there.
Nothing
not
at
even
all.
A morning.
No,
not even a glance.
It's eyes down and it's business time.
What about Ronnie, though, Alan? Do you think that would have been a wake-up call? Because he said in his press conference that he wanted to give the audience their money back because he was that poor.
I think it's good when Ronnie says things like that. He does want to entertain. We know that. But he's going to have to probably play better than he did against Stephen Maguire. Remember, both players were 6-3 down, weren't they, at the midway stage in both their first round matches. So a big morning in prospect.
Yeah, looking forward to it. You're in the commentary box. I bet
Yes.
you're looking forward to it as well. Off you go then. Thank you very much indeed. That's Alan McManus in the commentary box for us today. So here we go then. Ladies and gentlemen, this should be absolutely brilliant. Let's say good morning to Rob Walker.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. What a sense of anticipation at the start of day 7 of this year's Betfred World Snooker Championship. All 4 players waiting backstage are proven ranking event winners. It's showtime here in Sheffield. Please welcome the player who drew on all those years of experience to knock out defending champion Mark Selby on the opening day of the championship. made the semis here 10 years ago. Winner of the Players' Championship in 2015. He will be ready to deliver another top-quality session of snooker. From Cambridge, he's the gentleman, Joe Perry. And his opponent, one of the most exciting break builders in the modern game. 5 breaks over 50 yesterday have given him the advantage in this, his 9th appearance in the second round. Winner of 3 ranking titles and, of course, the Masters in January. He's the pride of Northern Ireland. He's Mark the Pistol Allen.
All okay for level, guys?
And on table 2, a rerun of 2 World Championship finals. Please welcome player who came from 6-2 down against former world champion Graham Dott to book his 12th second round appearance. Winner of 4 ranking event titles, twice a World Championship finalist, a man of immense courage and determination on and off the table. It is, of course, the captain, Ali Carter. And his opponent, still turning on the style 25 years after his Crucible debut. From 4-0 down against Stephen Maguire, he showed his class and his composure. Winner of 5 ranking titles this season and 5 times a champion of the world. Blink and you'll miss him. The Rocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Just a bit of Oasis, rock and roll star, just what you want, 7 minutes past 10 on a Friday morning. Here we go then, this is going to be absolutely sensational. Ronnie O'Sullivan, Ali Carter live here on BBC Two. If you want Mark Allen against Joe Perry, that's a second round match. Also, that's on the red button, BBC Sport website and BBC Sport app. But a very good morning to Alan McManus and John Virgo.
Good morning, Jason, and good morning, everybody. The star attraction of snooker at the moment, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
And he's set to break off, and from what we heard from Ali Carter's little interview before the match, he looks to be fired up for this, Alan.
Oh, you bet he is. I was just looking when Ronnie walked down through the curtain down the stairs. Ali had a quick stare at him. He's up for this. The captain. All right, we know about his record, don't we? It's poor against Ronnie. But that's in the past.
Immediately a mistake. Need to push that red past the middle pocket, but it cuts into it. The problem is for Ronnie, as with all these thin cuts, it's a little bit more difficult to control the cue ball. Only blue and baulk colour to play for.
One.
And that's a nice kiss. He'll be looking for a lot better start than he had in his first round match against Stephen Maguire. When in, to put it in his own words, he was awful. But it was learnt from that, and he'll come out here this morning wanting a good start.
Four.
There's a tournament pot success, 92% Ronnie, 89% Ali. You'll have to up that. 90% above is what's going to be required to have any chance, you would have thought. Long pot success, that's about average for both players.
9.
And safety, well, that's pretty low. And the high break for both. 108 for Ali, 118 for Ronnie.
10.
Ronnie's made a remarkable 946 century breaks. It is unbelievable.
Yeah, and one of those matches, and amongst that 946, was over Northern Ireland in 2007.
50.
He played Ali Carter, he beat him 5-2. He had 4 tons and a maximum. How'd you like them apples? But yeah, it's all about settling in, isn't it? Best of 25 now, the ante has been upped. We're firmly ensconced now in the second round at the Crucible. Everyone's had a match, everyone stands to reason, obviously, has had a victory.
He
16.
just struggled that in. I think he played a cannon on the red just below the one he potted. A little bit annoyed there. Was a little bit careless. Just wanted to nudge that red away. Just got into the cue ball too much. So it's end of break.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 16.
It was never a great scoring opportunity, particularly with the black out of commission. But he had his hand on the table, and able to play a few shots. That'll settle him.
Yeah, that's a little settler, John. It's nice to just execute a shot properly. Yeah, not putting any pressure really on Ronnie, but as he executed it well. Actually, just thinking about world champions. There's only 3 world champions left in this tournament now, and it's the Holy Trinity. Ronnie, John Higgins and Mark Williams.
Yes, the class of 92 as they're collectively known. And what an era they've produced. Good safety from Ronnie, particularly if he's blocked a path down the left-hand side of the table as we look to get back to balk. This is the player's luck. The problem is, I mean, as you can see, he just can't get past the blue or in the gap between blue and pink, but he can play off the red to the left of the pink, but of course you've got to avoid the red near the right-hand side cushion. So if he's playing this, he's got to get it just right. Don't want to catch it too thick. He's playing the lower one, same principle applies. And the problem with playing it at that pace, he's left the red on now with that cue ball, and a good cue ball it is. He'll be hoping he's left it very straight, and you can see he has. So it'll be difficult for Ronnie to pot this and get the cue ball slightly back up the table.
Foul.
No, that was the problem. It was too straight.
Ali Carter, 4.
Yeah, in some strange way, he'll be quite pleased with that, Ronnie O'Sullivan. I'd love to not see the cue ball disappear, but it was a gorgeous piece of cueing. And I think a feature of this match as well is going to be the safety exchanges. I think back in the day, let's say 10, 15 years ago, you would expect just free-flowing chances galore whenever O'Sullivan plays, but it's a different story now. He sort of stalks the table, doesn't give an inch these days, and it's good to see that. And he needed that, didn't he, in that first round against Stephen Maguire, 6-3 behind. He looked in trouble, but he produced.
Yeah, I think you get a lot of people question Ronnie's determination, particularly when he goes behind, but I don't think anyone can doubt his battling qualities over the last few seasons. He's really been up for it. But he's got a problem to solve here. Well, all things considered, that's not too bad. He may have left the red to the left middle, but it's dangerous. I think Ali will be very concerned about that red just by the black, and that's why he's going to play safe off it. Couldn't risk leaving Ronnie a chance of a pot on this red. But he's a bit short with that one. Does the red above the pink go? It doesn't, so no real harm done. Kiss on the green. Not made a very good safety shot.
Yeah, there it is again. Deliberately playing in behind the green. Absolutely watertight in that department, as O'Sullivan these days, as John said, in the last few seasons. Not only good at executing, he's up for the war, up for the battle. Certainly get one from the captain. A rare tactical and safety mistake for O'Sullivan. So this is the first half look this morning for Ali.
Yeah, very careless to leave a possible pot on. It's a thin one, but leaves the cue ball be going back to the baulk end, so it takes a little bit of pressure off it. Nicely stroked in, and is it going to bounce back past the baulk line to leave him a brown to the corner? Not quite. Could nestle behind the brown, looking to see whether it's going to be more difficult if he just nestles behind the yellow.
Good shout, John. This is clever. Cutting out the bottom left of that cluster. Playing this. That's the plan anyway. Oh, that's grossly overhit, wasn't it?
I think that's first frame, a little bit of tension in the arm because there was no delicate touch there.
Yeah, short was dead, wasn't it? So just an extra ounce or two.
Can pot this red, but with it being the cue ball so close to cushion, to have any control you'd have to really dig down, and that makes this red very difficult. This is tough. Oh, but that's a cracker. You couldn't hit a ball better than that. No tension in the arm on that shot. Referee Paul Collier. Have a look where he can find a place for the blacks. His own spot's occupied. Don't know, Alan. Do you think he's played for this red purposely and potting it to bring other reds into play? I can't believe he did.
No, I don't think so, John. I think the cushions are playing a bit in the softer side since they got recovered about 36 hours ago. The black cushion especially, which is actually a good thing, is quite soft.
8.
But that was a good chance after the stunning open in red. Just something that the players will take a couple of frames to get used to, as I say, that black cushion playing nice and soft. Now mid-range red.
Yeah, he had a long rest his last visit to the table, and it's close, but not quite. And while leaving this red behind the pink. Nice easy starter for Ali.
Something I enjoyed actually in that little interview at the top there with Ali Carter. He's a pugnacious character and determined, and he doesn't take a backward step for anyone on the tour. He's a lovely lad, but he's not one, rather actually like our own colleague Stephen Hendry when he was in the tour. He didn't go around glad-handing and saying hello to everyone and pretending you're mates. He's there to do damage. Not interested in anything else, and that's the way it should be. You'll see his beautiful cue action now, Ali Carter. He gets such a response on the cue ball. Almost overhit that. That was sweet.
14.
He's not the tallest of lads, but what he does, Ali Carter, he uses that to his advantage. He's very compact on the shot, and yet he has such a long backswing. And usually
15.
has the deftest of touches in and around the black and pink spot.
Looks like he's got a slight angle on the pink. He's just wondering, those two reds together, whether the left-hand one, he can see enough of it if he just rolls the pink in. There is a red a bit further down, just away from the top cushion that's available. Which he's on now.
Yeah, good shout,
21.
JV. He played it beautifully, didn't he? With a nice shot there of his stance, didn't we, Ali Carter? Absolute classical style that he has. Poker right, poker straight right leg, left leg braced for impact.
22.
And the smoothest of backswings and delivery.
Now, you had a look at the left-hand red of these two. I think that's all he's left to play for. He's a little bit too straight on the pink to play a cannon. There you go, having a look again. 19 points to lead. So after this pink, still needs a couple more reds. Played the cannon. It's not worked out perfectly,
28.
but he's developed one more red, but not the other one. Well, I mean, not completely safe, but not going to be that easy to get on if he can cope with this red and a colour.
$29.
It's okay, it's not the red he intended to cannon into, but
31.
got a lovely double kiss which has developed this red. So looking for this red colour on one more red. At the moment, 28 points the lead, 51 remaining. It's still not a straightforward run to the winning line in this frame.
$32.
Does it go? It definitely would have gone to the right corner, but I think he's too straight on the pink to play for it over there. Well, he wasn't. He managed to force it across. And now 35 points the lead. Pot this red, go 36 ahead.
38.
With only 35 remaining. Does he totally commit?
Yeah, I don't think he'll be dribbling it. He may play it with just a wee bit of pace, so that if he misses it like that, yeah, good shot, well played. He played it like that, so if he missed it, he had a chance of getting away with it. Sometimes that's the difference in these matches.
Bramble.
It's just the way that you play a shot. That was super.
Ali Carter, 39.
And what a 39 it was. Going to take an awful lot of steps if he's going to have to win this match, but that was 39 of the best. 39 steps of brilliant cue ball control there from Ali Carter.
One snooker needed, of course. But the balls aren't badly situated, particularly the green and the black. So Ali will be well aware of that. Tried to get in behind it, but he'll be pleased he's got it safe. I mean, if Ronnie did get an opportunity to pot the red, no reason why he wouldn't, and get the black with it and try his luck on the colours for the snooker.
Okay.
Just one of those awkward positions where the cue ball is. It's very hard to get the rest head in there, and he can't reach it. So, I mean, to put it in the middle pocket, it is awkward. Steve Davis had a little implement once that he used to put on the rest. Wonder if he's still got it.
He carries it everywhere.
Even now?
Even now, John. But yeah, one red left. It's usually red for danger, but the green's a danger where it is.
Okay.
Yeah, good shot.
Yeah, and I know Ali's fired up for this, but nice to see Ronnie give a little tap on the table there. Good hit, but he needs for it to run safe, needs for it to run past the pink. Now as it runs, and another little tap from Ali, so okay, the talking's done with. Let's have a sporting game of snooker, good to see.
Yeah, it's good to see a little verbal jousting before these big matches at the Crucible, isn't it? But there's no malice in it whatsoever. As you say, John, it's now down to the important part of potting balls. Has he got the snooker? I don't think it's going to yield any foul if he has, but it may keep. Well, he's got to be careful here.
Yeah, and also when he hits this red, he'll be hoping that he doesn't put the red in a position where it's easy to lay another snooker for Ronnie. Somewhere like that will do perfect. Just coming up to 22 minutes this opening frame. I'd like to have a little bet that this is one of the longest frames of the match. I don't think there'll be too many like this, but typical first frame.
Let's see how close he can get to the green now, Ronnie. That's what he'll be playing, I've no doubt about it. Almost trying to go in off in this pocket. And he just got it a hair thick.
Now, can he get past the blue? Just an edge of the red. That's what he sees. And this time he was able to get right and behind, but I think he's got a bit too much pace. Ronnie having a close look. Can Ali get past the black? Quite clearly he can. He'd love to get this red off the table. Once he pots, if he pots the red, Ronnie will concede the frame. Well, that's an excellent shot from Ali. There's no better way to stop your opponent getting snookers by snookering him.
Oh, what an effort this is. This is a great effort.
Yeah, it really was. He could have just done with that cue ball bouncing another fraction and cut out the one cushion escape off the baulk cushion. But this red is away from the cushion, so there is room round it. But good hit. At this level, if you don't cut out the one cushion escape, more than likely your opponent's going to hit it.
Yeah, you just know that Ali senses danger here, even though he's 36 points in front, especially the way the colours are. This is in behind green again here, almost trying to go in off. No, sorry. Mistake. He's just parking the red, trying to buy himself another shot. But this red will pass the green, it'll be thin. He'll probably play it though.
Yeah, it's one of those. You can play it very thin, but the angle you're approaching the red, if you missed it on the way up, you catch it on the way back, so well worth playing the thin cut. And now it's there. That was the first frame in the bag, surely, for Ali Carter. In goes the green. There's no way Ronnie will come back to the table now. 40 points ahead, Ali. There's 27 remaining.
4. Six.
Taking the opportunity to get a bit of potting practice. But both players have had plenty of time on the table in this first frame, so That should have got rid of any
9.
tension and a little bit of nerves that they'll have had at the start. And no one's immune to it.
Ali Carter 9 and the frame.
And that's another concession. Well, I think that's going to be one of the longest frames in this match. It got into its 28th minute, but Ali Carter won't mind. He leads by 1 frame to 0.
Yeah, I was sort of talking about the Ali Carter style. Here's his technique. I just absolutely love watching it. Poker straight right leg, left leg braced, but wide enough to create that pyramid that the cue sits on top of to deliver it. And watch the long backswing. For someone so short as Ali and compact, he's got a gorgeous backswing, smooth, and the delivery's smooth, and the head doesn't move. An absolute clinic he puts on, Ali Carter, in the technique department. Beautiful to watch.
Yeah, and it was funny when I was watching that, and I've noticed that one of those two-table situations. A lot of players like to stand back and walk into the shot. It's not that easy to do here, is it? Because there's not a lot of room around the table.
Yeah. If you had a long cue and you were playing maybe a blue off the sort of middle pocket into the pocket and the long backswing, I think the crowd on the left-hand side, they could reach out and grab it almost.
Yeah, those 2 bottles on the table there. There was a game yesterday where someone had to move the bottles when they stepped back.
Yeah, Ricky Walden had to do it the other day. That was one, wasn't it? Big Ricky.
The second frame.
So, Ali Carter
to
then,
win.
the perfect start. And into frame 2. We talk about big breaks, and of course Ronnie's made 900 and odd, and Ali's made plenty of centuries. That 39 that Ali Carter made was as good as any century, I think. Just to settle him into this session. Now, Ronnie looks like he's taking this red on now. Oh, what a shot.
1.
Breezed it home.
Yeah, just the wrong side of the blue, but it shouldn't matter. It's just where he's pointing now. He leaves the cue ball, and then he'll have a red to the left corner, and black's available into the opposite corner. Well, he tried to make an angle. He's not on the red now to the left corner, but he's just
6.
about on this one to the right corner.
Seven.
There's the O'Sullivan technique. Actually very similar to Ali, isn't it? He's probably 5 or 6 inches taller than Ali, but very
12.
similar. That silky smooth backswing.
$13.
Imperative he got this red away, and now that makes the black available
20.
for both corner pockets.
21.
Now the way Ronnie normally goes about this, the red immediately above the black is available. We'd normally just leave himself low on this, wouldn't play a cannon on the main bunch. Leave himself low, and he'll probably play a little screw shot off the back of
28.
the reds. Come back for the black. You just got to judge this well though. Now he's playing the run through.
29.
Just about on the black, I think. But because he was a little bit thin on the black, he was looking for another 33
36.
points now at this visit.
This is where he's normally superb at getting top side of the blue. O'Sullivan. Yeah.
37.
He's fantastic at that shot. He really is. A lot of players play it, you land short, it's end of. O'Sullivan always seems to find top side. Now, key shot coming up. Right half of the pink as we see it. Oh, beautiful. And he's not perfect but he's not bad. He can play a little soft screw being a lefty
42.
or a hybrid lefty and stick on the pink.
Well, 2 at a time.
44.
He's in a bit of a rush. He won't mind that. I think he's got a slight angle on the blue. You see the other red going in. It's not a foul. He's just getting an extra point. But Ronnie's just looking for the winning line. 44 points the lead. This blue will put him 49 points in front. So 3 more reds required.
Yeah, it was
49.
about 4 minutes ago. Ali Carter broke off, and it was a good one. This is the result.
50.
This has been sparkling. From the minute he knocked that long red in, he's been floating round this table. The break time is just touching 4 minutes now. Here's that long red again.
56.
Yeah, he's okay. He had the angle there on the red to go up for the pink.
57.
And he's just about stopped in time. So he pots the pink, and he's looking for now for just 1 more red to take the second frame in double quick time. No problem, left or right-handed. It's such an advantage, isn't it?
63.
Yeah, that's twice he's used it in this break.
64.
The other thing about it, when he's in this, he looks like he's having fun out
70.
there. And that's not easy to do, not out in the pressure cooker that the Crucible is.
71.
There you are. 3 blacks, 3 pinks, 4 blues. I did mention he was having fun.
74.
Just fun to watch. And he wants to clear the table. Value for money. You always get that from O'Sullivan.
75.
These are the little shots he enjoys as well, spinning this cue ball. Look at that.
$80. 81. $87.
946 career centuries coming into this match. There's been 35 already made in this tournament.
Yeah.
94.
Not beyond the realms of possibility that in a year's time Ronnie O'Sullivan will make his 1000th century here at the Crucible.
96.
I just wonder if that happens. You lucky people out there might be the ones that have a ticket to witness it.
99.
But what you've witnessed here has been genius. Nothing short of genius.
Absolutely fantastic, and that's century break number 36 in the World Championship this year. And look at the clever little shot to use the knuckle. Sublime.
This has been artistic.
114.
An authentic genius, this guy. Wow.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 121
121 of the finest from O'Sullivan, and he levels up. It's one frame apiece. What a match we've got in store for you. Yeah, we spoke about Ali Carter's technique. Let's have a little look at O'Sullivan. Very similar. Straight right leg, braced left leg, cue sitting just underneath the torso. Smooth back. It's actually nice to watch this in slow motion. Look at the length of backswing. Right back to the fingers. And then the delivery. Authentic, textbook. Beautiful to watch.
Yeah, and if there's a more naturally gifted sportsman in playing sport in the world today, I don't know who it is.
I've been saying that for years. I don't care what anyone says. For natural talent and having a gift to do something that's unbelievably difficult, time after time after time, he does it.
And now he's got his game out on, and that's for the last 2 or 3 seasons. I think the motivation for him as well is Stephen Hendry. The records that Stephen set, he's out to try and break.
Frame 3. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
So his traditional left-handed break-off. O'Sullivan. Yeah, on the sort of chase for world titles, I think probably 10, 15 years ago it looked unattainable, didn't it? But then he won the World Championship a few times in a short span. And it's just on over the horizon right now, isn't it? Stephen's record.
Yeah, maybe possibility to equal it, but to better it would be very difficult. But he keeps himself fit, does Ronnie? Goes jogging in the mornings, and so hopefully for the game he plays for another 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, just going back on the technique, there was one other thing I wanted to say about it, and it's a good point you make about the fitness, John. He's got his legs like tree trunks, O'Sullivan, but a kind of slim upper body. You couldn't, if you wanted an identikit snooker player, that's the guy you'd build.
Ali decided to take that red on. I don't blame him. That's the type of reds he's going to have to knock in. The only thing I would say to Ali, and we've all been in this position, when you're playing one of the greats, don't think you have to play your best snooker of your life. That puts its own pressure on you.
Yeah, that's a very perceptive way of looking at it, John. I totally agree with you.
It came off the side cushion
8.
quite lively. 1 red, 1 black.
9. $16. 17. 24. 25.
We were getting all excited there with the reds and the blacks, but Ronnie was on a position that red he had no option but to play for the blue. And I should think at the moment the 147 is the last thing on his mind.
30.
He had a bit of a scare in the first round against Stephen Maguire. I
31.
don't think there's any doubt about that, losing the first 4 frames. He doesn't want a repeat of that.
$36. 37.
It's one of those. I think if you could have reached that, I think he may have elected probably to go back up for the blue, but he's come pretty straight. I'm not certain what red he can play on here. Can he see enough of this red to play it to the far
44.
right corner? I think that's how he played to get on it. I mean, he'll probably play it, because I think it's the only red he could leave. It was only the pace that kept it out.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 44.
It just shows you, even the great Ronnie O'Sullivan, you come too straight on the black. That was a positional mistake. Only a fraction out, but that's what this game's all about.
Oh, how's the kiss on the pack? Oh, it's nice.
1.
It's lovely, in fact. That was a piece of opportunism. Ali Carter.
Yeah, I think opportunism is the right word. I couldn't really see if he could get through to it, but he didn't hold back, and obviously that's the way he's going to play this match. You're going to have to play it, but as I say, don't put too much pressure on yourself and think you have to push the boat out too often, but he saw the value in that. And it's given him a great chance.
No.
He's got a nice angle on the black now to cannon into that cluster. And if this goes right, even though he came to the table 44 points behind, we could well have a new favourite for this frame.
Yeah, this isn't easy to develop reds. He may have to risk screwing off them. Yeah, it was never guaranteed to be nice on one playing it that way, but he had to. So, tricky red to left middle. But if it goes in, you have to think he's on the black.
16.
This is a big moment in this mini session here. Oh, it's there.
17.
And not only picking up the pieces, he's picking up the pace here, Ali Carter. He's going around
24.
that table at a fair old clip.
$25.
I think the other thing about Ali, I know this, that he will enjoy playing O'Sullivan out there. I know about his record, he's 13-0 behind in head-to-heads. But Ian will enjoy the challenge of playing O'Sullivan because of the respect that he has for him on the snooker table. And there is no bigger challenge.
Oh, well, he thought about what he should play for, and in the
Ali
end,
Carter,
he's
25.
dabbed a little bit of side on it that threw the cue ball offline. It's amazing. Good opener, and as Alan said, great opportunism. Got the reds open, good red to the middle, looks set fair. I was just about to say, these 4 reds with colours. And Ronnie would need a snooker, but now it's just a case of Ronnie picking up the pieces and clinching the frame.
Yeah, it was bridging over the red. That was what made it awkward, wasn't it? It was only the tips of his 4 fingers that were actually on the bed of the table when he was playing the shot. It's a bit disconcerting for these players when they have to play that type of shot. We'll maybe get a chance to see it again, but that's the only reason why he missed it. There it is. Just the 4 fingers on the bed. Took half an eye off the pot, and that was enough.
Ronnie's given this plenty of thought. I think he was thinking play for the black or the pink.
1.
He'd rather be on the pink, because I think in playing the pink, he can just develop the 2 reds just below it. But in playing it that way, if he wasn't nice on the pink, he had the alternative of the black. £20 to lead. So the black and these 3 reds at this end of the table. He won't need the awkward one at the baulk end.
This is what I like about O'Sullivan these days. He will not play the shot until he's absolutely made up his mind 100% on what he's trying to achieve. In all probability, if he played the pink, he'd be fine, but he's not 100% sure about it, so change of plan. He wants to play for more than 1 red, that's the thing. Well, in fact, the way he played that was very clever, because he was almost guaranteed on it. And being a left-hander, or again, well, sorry, I call him a hybrid lefty. It helps all the while, doesn't it?
8.
So 27 ahead, 3 reds and decent size value colours, and he'll have hit the front for the first time.
9.
Yeah, both reds will go to right middle. Get a decent little angle. They just drop for them.
Well, that would have made him just think a bit, because that looked a little bit wide, that black.
16.
It went in. He'll give this one due care and attention.
17.
This black to go 43 points in front with 43 remaining, which means this red will keep Ali Carter in his seat.
24.
Interesting frame, this. The one thing you've never been able to do
25.
at this level is miss when you're in. Do lots of things, but don't miss easy shots when you're in, because this is what left Ronnie this opportunity,
30.
and he was never going to turn this one down.
41.
And I have to say, he looks in very good touch.
Yeah, does he ever? Whoa, what a start after a very positive start from Ali.
34.
Completely untroubled by his opponent, O'Sullivan,
36.
to the extent almost that he's not remotely interested what his opponent does.
39.
Yeah, well, that's not a bad attitude to have, because I suppose at the end of the day, when you sat in that seat, there's nothing you can do about it. And it's how you switch off and put mistakes
43.
behind you, and he's learned over the years.
48. $54.
So the black. And that's it.
61
Breaks of 44 and 61. Following breaks of 121 in the last frame. Ronnie O'Sullivan now leads Ali Carter by 2 frames to 1. Well, there's a few stats for the Rocket. And as I said to Arwen earlier, that's what's really keeping him going at the moment. And they're backstage. Practice routine that they all use now. Terry Griffiths there.
Yeah, I call that the T-junction. That's what I call that little routine. There's your great mate Griff, mine too. Just overseeing Barry's little warm-up. The good session actually yesterday. Played Liu Hao Tian. He's 5-3 in front. Was 4-0 up, and the youngster got himself back into the match. So that'll be coming up later for you.
Yeah, just checking. Terry says now he's not really a technical coach. He's more of a mind coach, you know, but just wants to keep Barry focused on the job in hand. Meanwhile, our players are back.
The fourth frame, Ali Carter to break.
Mid-session interval after this one.
You know that shot that O'Sullivan's played? He was in the practice room half an hour before this match, and that's the shot he was practicing. I think he just goes and pots balls all day. Don't think that for a minute. He works so hard on his game, every facet of it.
Yeah, and he's one of the few players when he's close to a cushion, just strikes down slightly, imparts a bit of side. It's not easy to do, but he has complete control of that shot. And it's forced a mistake from Ali. This red's on to the right corner.
Settle
Black
down,
available
please.
to the left corner.
Yeah, why do you practice those thin safeties so much? This is why. This red goes in. He's off and running again. Not a sitter. Oh, middled.
One.
Yeah, so it's created the opportunity. And as Alan says, right in the heart of the pocket. Couldn't have cued that better. You saw Ali in the background, peeping round to see if it was going to go in. There was never any danger. Although he's not played that well, Ronnie. He wanted a thicker cannon on this red. I don't know if he can pot it now and get position on the black. Did well to get up the table there.
It was actually a cracking shot, that red. He just played on likelihood more than anything. Has he got the pace here to reach the reds? No, not quite perfect. Gonna have
14.
to pull out another rabbit out the hat here if you're going to keep this going. I don't think he can hold for the pink. This will have to be a sweet piece of timing, whichever way he plays this. Yeah, not easy.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 14.
Yeah, injecting that much pace into the cue ball. And just offline. Ali came to the table, just a shake of the head. He'd like something easier than the red on the right-hand side. But I'd just be glad that Ronnie missed the red and I was back at the table. Anyway, no matter, he's knocked it in nicely.
One.
Yes, a top shot. And he's landed lovely on this blue now.
I mean, not now, but I think the black does go to the left corner, so eventually he will have the black to play with. In the meantime, it's back up for the blue.
7.
I enjoyed the way he played that, nice and punchy. Made sure they get top side. The way the reds are, there's a premium on that. You say JV, not able to get in amongst the black just yet. I wonder if he might play the little soft stun just through the gap. Now he's going deep in the cue ball. Oh, he wants to get through the gap for the red near the right corner.
12.
And I think he's on it, is he? Oh, maybe not. Yeah, there you see the red that he wanted to be on. So back up for blue.
Yeah, but it was a clever move, wasn't it? He played for a choice of reds. He knew if
13.
he didn't find the gap, he'd always have that one. He may have to play a little cannon now, though. To play a precise positional shot without disturbing anything is maybe too big an ask, so just a gentle little cannon. Well, I said gentle. Has he hit them too gentle?
I think
18.
I think he's all right here. Or is he? No, there's no way through. It looks like end of break. Barring a plant. Which he's having a look at now. He'll be playing the cue ball over the left half of the table here for some sort of cover. Yeah, but the reds miss close. He needs the brown as cover,
Carter,
and he's
18.
got it. Yeah, amazing that when you go up for that blue, John, isn't it? You land just a wee bit too high, forces you to play a holding cannon, and then you're trusting to just that little bit of luck that you need.
This is the plant, but always knew he was going back up the table, but lucky not to leave the red. Ronnie obviously has got to cover it. Kiss on the yellow may help. It certainly has helped. I mean, he's not stopped Ali getting through to the red furthest away from this right corner, but with the yellow hampering him.
Yes, he played that,
1.
Ali Carter. There was no apology. He was probably thinking, at least make contact on the red, chance of potting it, and also getting both reds away from there. Now, he overhit a little tickle in behind yellow early on, didn't he? Let's see how this one pans out for him. This takes a steely nerve, especially at 2-1 down. Interval coming up. Short is dead where the yellow is. Yeah, that's not bad.
Ali Carter, 1.
Yeah, he didn't actually nestle up to the brown, did he? I mean, he should have got tight up behind the brown and cut off the thing. But as Alan said, you know, these super fine cloths, and sometimes well, the worst way, if he'd have left it short. And I saw that happen last night.
Yeah, the cloths might be fast, but obviously then, when you're playing that little nestle, how soft you have to hit it to get tight behind the brown is incredible. Don't blame him for giving it an extra ounce now. Can Ronnie find a safe spot here in this corner?
Carefully and off.
Foul.
Well, in a way, he
Ali
won't be
Carter,
too
4.
concerned about that. Okay, Ali's got a long red on. He's got to do quite a bit with the cue ball, but there is a gap to get back down for the blue.
1.
It's not the best of opportunities, this. Pink and black out of commission. And close to the side cushion on the blue. Well, you've got to just roll it in dead weight, it appears. And across the nap, these can be missed.
Six.
Yeah, not perfect on this red. It may just work in his favour. Will he risk a little brush cannon on the pink? Yeah, he's played it beautifully. Good shot.
7.
If the brown passes the yellows, a long straight blue that's well within his compass, so good little shot that. Okay, he's unfortunate. The pink's gone fairly safe, but it's opened up the other red, the red that he's playing for off this blue. Or perhaps he's not. It's easier playing it plain ball. On and off the cushion for a oh no, that's a wide.
Ali Carter 7.
In the last frame I said, when you're in, you can't afford to miss at this level, and that's another miss when he was in.
It's a little timing shot that I don't know if he maybe bide his time and stun it in for the red nearest the blue there. I know that's been wise after the event. It's easy sitting here.
One.
This is a big shot now, this pink. This is where the smooth cueing is so important. To try and relax the arm through this shot isn't easy. Yeah, that is not easy at all.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 1.
Yeah, a little bit closer to the pink, it would have been a more comfortable pot, but it was just stretching slightly. And as Alan said, needed to be very accurate with that shot. So that mistake,
1.
missing the blue for Ali Carter, has not cost him the frame. A chance to redeem himself and go into the mid-session interval all square at 2 apiece. Wow. Another
Ali Carter
opportunity
1.
gone. And the other worrying thing for Ali, and we know, Alan, when you talk about the greats of the game, if they spot any weakness, they just jump all over you.
Yeah, good point. I think up until this match, he's been puffing his chest out, Ali Carter, and really showing Ronnie that he's up for this. But he's made just a couple too many mistakes. No. Another chance. Now, how's the scoreboard here? 15 points, the difference. So 3 blacks, and he won't need the last red. Ali Carter. He's had a couple of nice little reprieves just at the right moment here, the frame before the mid-session interval. And as I say about the miss, there's the Ronnie miss there. He's made a couple of blunders, but they'll all be forgotten. Can put the finishing touches to this frame.
1.
Now critical, as I say, the cushions have been quite soft. How does he play this? I don't think both reds go to this pocket that he's potting the black in, so it's check for the high red. But the soft cushions, he'd probably be low in it, and he is.
Eight.
23 in front, so he needs 13 off the 2 reds, which equates to a brown and a black to win the frame without the tricky last red. So he's playing for Brown off this.
Nine.
Well, just wriggled its way in. If he plays the green, he will need the last red.
Yeah, he's not checked the scoreboard, John, has he?
Twelve. 13.
So this black to go 35 points in front with 35 remaining.
$20. Ali card at 20.
Well, he made an error. He probably thought he couldn't get on the red off the brown, but he should have had better position on the brown. But this frame not over yet. 35 the difference, 35 remaining. Only a little bit fortunate there. But it's just run past the middle and it's not cuttable. Well, I say that. Ali's had a look at the potting angle. It must be mighty fine.
Yeah, at least it's not a double kiss. And send the red back into baulk. Yeah, choose to go a slightly different way, but yeah, 35 the difference. The way the colours are, there's potential for O'Sullivan to even maybe get a snooker before anything else happens in this frame. You've not quite got it here, I don't think.
I mean, if Ronnie does get the opportunity, of course. The fact he's 35 behind, 35 on the table, he doesn't need a snooker. Well, this will be a tough red to take on. And in the end, he thought, well, that's the best way to play it. But it's running down the table, and now Ali a chance to put all the misses he's had in this frame behind him by rolling this red to the left middle. So in it goes. It's been an interesting, well, very interesting first 4 frames. First frame started off very pedestrian, but as I said at the time, I thought that was probably going to be the longest frame of the match. The yellow doesn't go in, that's enough for Ronnie. He'd be a little bit disappointed he didn't punish Ali's mistakes, but there you go. So after the first 4 frames, we're all square, 2 each.
So we'll be back out with them live very shortly after that mid-session interval. So whilst we're waiting for those boys to come back out, let's show you what's been happening on the other table. That is the match between Mark Allen and Joe Perry. This started, the second round match started yesterday. Let's remind you what happened yesterday when we were with you on BBC Two.
Welcome to the second round. That's a nice way to start. Yeah, he's played that well. That should slip in. Yeah, well done.
These middles are very tight, very unforgiving.
That's breaks of 94 and then that break of 99. He now leads Joe Perry by 2 frames to 1. Where's the red going? Can you believe it?
4-2 Mark Allen.
Oh,
Pressure.
Mark. Should be okay, but it's one of them tricky little ones. Safely in. And Joe Perry will be absolutely delighted.
Doubt very much if Mark will be going for this.
He's gone for the double. He's got
Treble.
the treble. Oh, dear. And Mark Allen with that fluke on the pink goes in, leading 5 frames to 3.
Good match this, and in the first frame of today's session, Perry got a century to make it 5-4. Allen then took frame 10 with a break of 69. So let's show you what happened in the next. Perry to play. He's just 2 points behind. Commentary from John Parrott and Peter Ebdon.
Well, that was a very clever shot from Mark Allen. Because if he'd have played it with pace off 2 cushions, he would have been judging to luck. And he knew that if he played it the way he did and got the pace right, it would prove a difficult safety shot for Joe Perry, but he's played an excellent shot.
Yeah, well, the last one was relatively easy to hit. This one isn't. That's a really good shot from Joe Perry. He's got Mark Allen here in loads of trouble. And the thing with this is, of course, not the penalty points if you don't hit it. There's an extremely good chance you'll be leaving a free ball and the frame at your opponent's mercy, so he's got to hit this. Ooh, this is going to take some doing. Mid swerve, missed the blue. Ah, oh, great shot. How's his look? Not much you can do, as I say. It was such a good shot, but this is a brilliant swerve. You see the way it took there between blue and pink. Good shot that, wasn't it?
Yeah, fantastic shot. This is no gimme. We've seen how tight these middle pockets are playing this week. This is going to require a good shot. Oh, well played. Doesn't want to be straight on the black. The cue ball's running. That's a perfect angle. There's pressure on it.
So, that excellent snooker that Joe Perry put Mark Allen in. Looks like it's going to pay dividends. One good mid-range yellow here. Nice bit of cue in. Yeah, he's hitting it really well. And Mark Allen looking like he may have extended his lead. Now looks like he's going to be pegged back to the 1 frame.
30.
Another excellent and intriguing frame in this brilliant match.
$70. $22. Joe Perry, 22. And the frame.
So with a wonderfully played snooker to gain the initiative towards the end of that frame, a hard-fought frame, Joe Perry reduces his deficit to 6 frames to 5. Game on.
Yes, Peter, absolutely right. That was a very big frame for Joe Perry. Into the next frame, he's at the table and he's trailing by 7 points.
1.
Well, I bet you Joe was sitting in his chair thinking, this looks like he's going to make a few. Joe's turn at the table.
8.
Just having a look to see if there's any plants available or which red's pot. Obviously the one that's at the bottom of the cluster is available, but not much else.
Nine.
Both players been in fabulous form in this match. Pot success in this session, 94 and 93. Yep, that'll win you plenty of matches. Now Joe's had to hold the cue ball there. It's pretty close to the next red. You've got to
50.
be careful that he doesn't play a push shot.
$60.
About as much as he could get out of that. If you play that any harder, it would have been a push. Not a great shot for your nerves, that one, is it?
No, but he played it as well as he could have done, as you quite rightly said, John. Got the opportunity now to play the cannon onto the red, which is to the left of the red, which is closest to the black. Might need a touch of left-hand side. That's perfect. Well played.
Yeah, another very subtle shot that was a lot better than it looked. Difficult on these tables
23.
to dab a bit of side on. Hit the cannon how he wanted. And when he pots this red that he's taken now, the bottom red on the cluster will become available in the opposite corner pocket. So Joe will be trying to leave a half ball. There you go.
24.
And a stun up through the gap now between the two reds on the right and the bottom red on the cluster. Well, he's actually got 3 options. He can run through and have all 3 available. So that lovely little cannon off the black was the key to this. That went wrong. He wasn't getting these.
32.
This is a massive frame psychologically for both players. Joe Perry would love to send out the message to Mark Allen. Look, it doesn't matter how well you play, I'm going to stick with you no matter what.
40.
Now he has the option obviously to play on the loose red, but there's a nice little gap here in the cluster. Nice stun up into that. Maybe screw back in there. Well, it just needs to be played a little bit firmer than that. Hit it in the right place. Just needed to be a bit harder.
Played the shot well. Very unfortunate not to be on anything easier than this. Very difficult to judge the angle when you're so close to the red. It's easy just to hit these thick. Doesn't like it.
Long rest.
So the degree of difficulty for this shot's just gone up a little bit. Extension on the cue, extended rest. Slightly different feel because of the differences in the weights. Yeah. Don't know whether I'm liking this shot very much yet. If he's long spied, it's even worse. Got to be very careful with this.
Yeah, sure.
So now he's got the added difficulty of striking down past the pink and hopefully not dabbing a bit of side on.
Well, this changes the dimension of the shot, because I feel that he's going to play this with a touch of right-hand side, only because of how little of the cue ball he can see, and from possibly hitting it thick, he actually could overcut this now because he's digging down into the white. Oh, he's played that great.
Terrific shot, that. A terrific shot.
48.
Well played, Joe Perry. There's a bucket load of pressure on that, because you know full well the way the balls are, your opponent's not going to miss there. So that was an excellent shot. This is some match.
And as John quite rightly alluded to there, that was such a difficult shot that with the degree of difficulty there, you would quite easily miss that shot 4 or 5 times out of 10.
54.
I'm a big fan of Joe. I like him as a person, and I think he's a terrific player. It's a long time since I've seen him hitting it as well as this. He's always been a good player. He's always been a top player, but he's at the top of his form.
59.
Lovely, easy-going demeanour around the table. Nice touch. Deliberate cue action. But he looks confident as well. And his cup of tea at the interval will taste a little sweeter, Peter.
It certainly will, John. I was just thinking there, if you can't be confident when you've just beaten Mark Selby in the first round of the World Championship, you'll never be confident.
$67. $68.
Well, after yesterday's magnificent opening session, you're wondering sometimes whether you'll have another one, but no change. This has been absolutely fabulous.
75.
Mark Allen, well, can't do too much about it at the moment. His opponent's played brilliant in this frame.
76.
But he's playing brilliantly as well. It's just a case of can you get your chances. As I've always said, that's why I like playing golf. You've got your own ball. Someone makes a birdie, you can make one. But in this game, when someone's got the cue ball, you just sit and watch.
81. 82.
Break at 82. Made a century in the opening frame this morning. Can he make another one? Looks likely.
$88. 89.
This will be the 37th century of the tournament. Joe can make it, and Joe's 3rd of the match, so he is hitting it well. Lovely to watch when he's like this. Very elegant.
93. 95. 98. 102.
What a wonderful, magnificent century from Joe Perry. Oh, we really do have some match on our hands here now.
107.
Both players in top form.
$113.
Well played, Joe Perry. A magnificent clearance of 120. We're all square. It's 6 apiece.
Well, Joe Perry looking much more relaxed today than he was yesterday. By the way, that match is live now if you want to watch it. BBC Sport website and BBC Sport app, live from the Crucible. Right then, our feature match here on BBC Two, before we leave you and head off to the Daily Politics, is Ronnie O'Sullivan against Ali Carter. We've been enjoying that. They're on a mid-session interval. They're due out very, very shortly. In the meantime, let's have a chat with Alan McManus, who's been in the commentary box for us this morning. What have you made of the opening 4 frames, Alan?
I think it's what we've been expecting. I think we expected Ronnie to come out firing, and he has done. Ali's not really got himself going, but he's shown signs that he's hitting it good. His highest break's only been 39, but it was a real good quality 39. And he's putting it to Ronnie, and there's been little, you know, we touched on the, not needle, but the, you know, little thing before it where Ali wasn't happy with 1 or 2 things. There's been a lot of table tapping going on, so there's respect there.
Mutual respect.
Yes.
Yeah. What about that break of Ronnie O'Sullivan? I've just been looking at social media. So many people are saying it's one of the finest sights in sport. I know you alluded to it in commentary. Yeah,
it was awesome. He stroked in the first red, and I think within about three or 4 minutes he was up to 50 odd. And he was breezing balls in as he usually does, and as I say, he's in tip-top form. Ali's right in there, you know, and there's only 4 frames to go. There's a different dynamic, by the way, in these best of 25s, 8, 8 and 9. So if Ali can maybe even nick a lead, there's a lot to play for this next mini-set.
Yeah. What's the mindset now, then, when you're coming out in this position?
Well, more of the same. Ali will want to score heavier, and he'll want to get in first in frames. He's not really been getting in first with the first blow. But he's still 2-all, so lots to be positive for from an Ali Carter standpoint. OK, Alan, for the moment, thank you very much indeed. Great to see you. So Alan's back off to the commentary box to rejoin John Virgo. We're with you until 12 o'clock live here on BBC Two.
Frame 5. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
A little bit pacey with that break-off shot. He's left a half-ball pot to the right corner. Danger for Ali, though, in playing it. The red near the top cushion. There's a match time, just over an hour, and when you consider the first frame took, well, nigh on 27.5 minutes. But he's taking this red on. Got to find the gap. Didn't find the gap, but a couple of good kisses has left him on the blue. Good clean pot. That's careless. Okay, he may still be on this red, but he'd like to have been a little bit closer to it. Can he control the cue ball?
Seven.
Kiss on the green would help, but not that kind of kiss. Well, he's looking at the blue, but it's a thin pot, and if he's contemplating playing the cannon, he's got to give the pot due care and attention.
He's just looking. I think the green actually goes through the gap, and he can play for the red at the bottom of the bunch, can't he? Yeah, it's going to be brown. This will take a nice piece of cueing to get the cue ball below that middle pocket. Oh, and he's got there.
Yeah.
11.
It did get a nice piece of cueing, and in potting this red, he'll be releasing another red to the opposite corner.
12.
Just a little straighter on the black than he would like. But I think the red immediately above the black he can get on. He's not in a position to play any cannons here. Has he overscrewed that? He's having a close look. I just saw the pace in the cue ball. It made me think that he screwed too far. And he has.
think wisely, just slipping off
Ali
the bunch
Carter,
and
19.
almost letting Ronnie make the first move.
Imperative here, Ronnie cuts off the path to the red that's in the balk end. He didn't want to leave Howie an easy safety shot off that red, but is there a gap? It seems there's always a gap. And he went full-blooded for the double. Choice of yellow or brown.
You see Ali Carter there, quite happy to leave the mid-distance red.
5.
That technique that we spoke of earlier allows them to do that with confidence. Very few players in the game that are better than Ali Carter at this shot. He's saying that many times. We put the mockers on. Watch this. Back for blue. Oh, he's held for pink. And again, that was gorgeous.
6.
The fact that he almost babied it in. Didn't punch it. Had to hold a tight cue ball for pink. I said they're in. Speaking to Jason. Been nothing startling from Carter so far, but he's definitely just simmering away here. He's in good form. 6-3 down, remember, to Graham Dott, and he didn't play well the first session, but he produced in kind
12.
in the last session. He's had a few days off.
13.
Back in the practice table as well. I'm quite sure he went back home to Colchester.
I think he'll play the cannon here, just making certain that he's not going to knock a red into the corner. And he's a little bit concerned that he might do. If he hits the top red, there may be a possible 4-ball plant to knock a red into the, or adjacent to the right corner. Got to be careful then. Doesn't look as though it's on, but he's worried about it. To such an extent, he refused to play the cannon.
Actually, my apologies there. I said Ali was hailed from Colchester. He's Chelmsford, isn't he?
18.
Either way, this is now looking good. He's picking up a head of steam here.
And just let the
19.
cue ball run loose. Now he's on a tough black, but and see how close he is to the side wall. And now walking into the shot, but not certain where the next red comes from here.
Yeah, there is one at the bottom of the bunch. Oh, that is very good indeed.
Yeah, good shot. And he's managed to hold for this red.
26.
And if this goes right, it's a frame-winning opportunity.
27.
Perfect on the black this time.
Also just having a chat with Jason there, mentioned the best of 25s we're now into. In some strange way, and this will sound a bit silly, but in some strange way, the matches from a player standpoint seem even a little bit shorter because it's now 3 sessions, so it's 8, 8 and 9. You almost feel that each player you can put more into a session. Just 8 frames, 4 and 4. Ali Carter's got a little spring in his step right now, hasn't he? Bouncing round the table
34.
here. He'd have enjoyed his mid-session cup of tea more than Ronnie, I think.
35.
You see, the shorter sessions, albeit it's only one or two frames shorter. He's now hit the front at 3-2. So to finish the session behind, Ronnie O'Sullivan's going to have to win the next. I know it sounds all a bit straight, but that's the way players think of these 8-frame sessions. This
43.
has been first class.
Just the black needed to go 69 points in front with just 67 remaining. Nicely in.
50.
Needed 2 opportunities, but
51.
he's taken these well. No way back to the table now for Ronnie. A brown, a blue, a pink, and 5 blacks.
58.
Now, can he get through? May be able to just play with a trace of left-hand side here, just to turn this over. Yeah, he's got it.
59.
He'd love to make a century. And he may well do now. And the reason I say love to make a century,
66.
he doesn't want Ronnie to have all the plaudits, so to speak. He doesn't want him to steal the show.
67.
He wants to show this packed Crucible crowd that, given a chance, he can win frames in one visit, just like Ronnie did.
$74.
He's already made 2 centuries in the tournament.
75.
And I can think of 3 shots in this break that have been top drawer. He played a brown, happy to leave a mid-distance red. The brown was missable. Stroked in the red, as nice as you like, held for pink, and then when the cue ball was welded to the side cushion and he dropped a black
80.
in with not a lot of room for manoeuvre in the cue ball. As soon as he stroked that black in, this looked inevitable.
81.
A little bit careless there. The problem is if he just rolls the black in, he's got to be careful he doesn't snooker himself with the green. But was able to hold it quite nicely.
88.
And cued that
90.
beautifully. Made that look a lot easier than it was.
93.
Brown and blue for the ton.
$97.
Yeah, we're talking about Ronnie O'Sullivan, but this has been all Ali Carter. And he has an ego, don't worry about it. He wants to impress this Crucible
108.
crowd. He has a snooker ego. This has been sparkling from the captain. He hits the front.
115 on the frame, Ali Carter.
Once again, Ali Carter leads 3 frames to 2. And now he's gotten himself going.
Potted history of Ali Carter, and of course those 2 runners-up places in this World Championship. He was lost out to Ronnie O'Sullivan, and well, Alan, you've got to think, why not look forward to this match?
Yeah, very much so. In fact, this is their 5th meeting at the Crucible, isn't it?
Frame
They
6.
played in the second round
Ali
a
Carter's
couple of
a break.
times, as well as those 2 finals, those 2 famous finals that JV mentioned. So they're quite used to seeing each other. in the Crucible Theatre. I said at the interval, John, that Ali Carter, he played decent. It was a couple of little silly mistakes in the first 4 frames, but you knew that the form was there. Good to see him showing it in that last frame.
Yeah, excellent break. And now you see, just slightly ahead of Ronnie in the pot success, 92% against 90%. Ronnie catching that red much too thin. So it's Ali Carter, as in the last frame, gets first chance.
Talking about the techniques earlier, the style of play, I'll tell you what's actually different in their style. O'Sullivan's the kind of free-flowing sort of peacock style round the table, posing, looking at the crowd. Ali Carter's more a business-like approach, busy round the table, intense concentration at all times, steely-eyed. Yeah, there's so many different ways of playing this game. On and off the table, the demeanour is different. You know, what does Ali play here? Looks like he's playing to avoid the reds. The screw, oh, clean as a whistle.
1.
Looking at the black, I'm sorry, at the blue, so he can get on that red that's just above the black. It would be the ideal ball to play on. I don't see the value in the cannon. Well, he's played for that red, but he didn't want that cue ball so close to the cushion, because I don't think the black will go into
6.
the left corner. Can he play this to right middle and just avoid the kiss on the pink? Good solid pot once
7.
again. And once again you would think he'd be looking to try and get on that red. As we look at that, the red that's just to the left of the black from that shot. If he could get on that nicely, could pot that and remove the red that's to the left of the black as we look from this end. It's all about line and length. Well, he's not hard enough for that, so he's taking the opportunity to play for the outside red. It'll be tricky to get on a colour. Couldn't have struck it much better, I've got to
13.
be honest with you. He'd like to be straight on this green. If he is, and he must be, because he's getting down very quickly, to once again try and get on that red just above the black. Could have done with a new couple more rolls on the
16.
cue ball. He's on the red, but can he control the cannon on the red to the left of the black and get position?
Well, if anyone can, Ali can, because that silky, sweet cue action, smooth as you like, he can hold this cue ball.
17.
He actually just overhit it. Just had to hold a little bit of pace off it.
Yeah, because then that gives time for the backspin to take effect. And as Alan said, he just hit it too hard. He needed to cue it more than push the cue through firm. Anyway, he won't be getting any more, just looking for the safety.
Ali Carter 17.
And it's a decent one. Ronnie may have been very fortunate there. Yep. they caught that blue a little bit fuller, this red would have been on.
Yeah, I actually like this. Look at the little reaction. Yeah, he's gone, oh, Ronnie, you're a fortunate boy there. But then his face changes and gets back to the shot in hand. I like that. He didn't dwell on it and played a good safety shot.
You're being disappointed with that, Ronnie. He prides himself on the fact that when he does play safe to the balk end, he doesn't catch balk colours.
Half chance shot to nothing now. Probably hitting the thin side cue ball behind green. Potential of being on brown should he knock it in. That's what he's played.
One.
That's as good as he could have hoped for. And he deserved it because this was a stunning pot. He's definitely the boss right now.
Now, can he cue past the black? I think he just about can.
5.
So it's a decent chance. Got him first in the last frame and made a mildest break of 115.
Six.
Well, sadly, we are out of time here on BBC Two Live, but this match continues now on the red button, BBC Sport website, BBC Sport app. And then we're back on BBC Two at 1 o'clock. We shall show you the best of that match and also Allen against Perry. And then Hazel will bring you the match between Barry Hawkins and Liu Haushin live from 2:30. Karen Wilson against Jamie Jones gets underway. That'll be available on all platforms on the red button Sport app and BBC Sport website. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Bye for now.